Hello everyone, good day and mabuhay. My name is Brian Lloyd A. Fernandez, currently taking my Master's in Management, major in International Tourism and Hospitality Management. So for today's discussion, I will be discussing to you the important topics under the risk management. We have the environmental risk, which covers climate change, natural disasters, and over-tourism, and sustainability or sustainable and ethical risk management practices. To begin, let us first focus on the first topic. But before we dive into the details, let us watch a short video related to environmental risk. So this will give us an overview and better understanding of the challenges faced by the tourism and hospitality industry.
Environmental aspect is an element of an organization's activities, products, or services that has or may have an impact on the environment. This could be positive or negative. Contaminated spills and the planting of trees are both examples of environmental aspects. Identifying your environmental aspects will help you decide which business processes need monitoring and controlling. Identify areas that may be improved and find ways to control environmental risk. Not all environmental aspects will fall under your control. Those that do are known as direct aspects. For example, your site has backup diesel generators, which emit carbon dioxide, causing pollution to land and air. Indirect aspects, on the other hand, are those that you may have influence over but ultimately have no direct control. For instance, you need a scrap metal dealer to take away your scrap. However, you cannot control the emissions produced by your dealer's diesel vehicles or the long distance the vehicles travel back to the plant. But you can influence these aspects by choosing a firm that has an electric fleet and is based more locally. You therefore need to carry out an assessment to ensure these indirect aspects are identified, which will probably highlight some opportunities for improvement. To understand your environmental aspects, you need to examine all parts of your operation. You could do this by creating a process flowchart that works through each of your business's processes in order. Don't forget to consult people from different departments too. Once you've identified your aspects, you need to focus on the ones that are most significant. Significance will depend on whether the aspect causes environmental harm, how frequently it occurs, whether it needs to be controlled by law, and if it could damage your organization's reputation. You can then start considering your working practices and decide if you can improve their environmental impact. Going forward, you should review your environmental aspects once a year or whenever your services, products, or activities change.
For the introduction, let's have first a reality check. The tourism and hospitality industry is one of the most vulnerable industry in the world when it comes to the environmental risk. Think about it. Climate change is causing rising sea levels, stronger typhoons, and even droughts. Natural disasters like earthquakes and volcanic eruption can shut down entire destination overnight. And over-tourism or having too many visitors in one place often creates backlash from local communities, putting pressures on hotels, resorts, and government. Question: if you own a beach resort, how would you prepare for a typhoon or sudden tourism ban? Keep your answers in mind because we'll circle back to that later. Environmental risk exposure and hospitality sites. Let's break down the three biggest environmental risks that hotel and resorts faces. First, climate change. Sea level rises threaten coastal resorts in places like Maldives, Fiji, and even Boracay. If beaches are washed away, resorts lose their biggest attraction. Rising temperatures mean higher electricity bill to keep guests cool, and they even increase the spread of tropical diseases like dengue, something that directly affect guest safety. The second one is the natural disaster. Hotels are often located in beautiful but risky area. Typhoons, wildfires, earthquakes, and volcanic eruptions are common threats. For example, in 2018 in Kilauea volcano in Hawaii erupted. It destroys property, forced hotel closures, and caused billions in losses. Imagine being a hotel manager with hundreds of guests needed evacuations. This is very real challenge. The third one is over tourism. When too many tourists visit one place, the environment suffer and the local gets upset. A perfect example is Boracay in the Philippines. In 2018, the island had to close for 6 months because of sewage problem and overcrowding. Yes, hotel lost revenue, but the closure saved Boracay for the future. Today, stricter rules keep the island more sustainable. The third one is the over-tourism and local backlash dynamics. Over-tourism doesn't just damage the environment, it is also harm communities. In Barcelona, local protested against noise, pollution, and high rent caused by mass tourism. The city government had to limit Airbnb, rentals, and tourist buses. In Venice, Italy, so many tourists crowded the canal that the government introduced an entire fee for day trippers. The lesson here is simple. If hotels ignore local communities, they risk protests, boycotts, and even government restriction. Hospitality can only survive when communities are on board. The fourth one is risk assessment tools for property risk management. So how can hotel prepare? They use climate risk assessment tools. We have hazard mapping that identify if your hotel is a flood zone, an earthquake prone area, or a long storm path. Next is scenario planning. Imagine what happens if sea level rise or if power and water are cut off for days. Ensuring and risk transfer. Hotels can't prevent disaster, but they can financially protect themselves through disaster insurance. Sustainable design. Elevated structures, storm resistance, windows, and renewable energy can reduce risk. For example, in a case study, Maldives Resort there are building on stilts to avoid flooding, investing in desalination plants for water supply, and even restoring coral reef to protect coastal lines. This eco adoption not only reduce risk but also attract eco-conscious travelers. For example, in a case study, we have the Typhoon Yolanda in 2013. Let's look at one of the strongest typhoon ever recorded, the Typhoon Yolanda, which struck eastern Visayas in 2013. Entire town were destroyed. Hotels in Tacloban and nearby islands were either damaged or completely wiped out. But many hotels also become emergency shelters, housing locals and stranded tourists. They provided food, clean water, and safety. The key lesson for this is hotels must have disaster preparedness plan, backup generators, emergency supplies, evacuation procedures, and trained staff. Because in times of crisis, a hotel is not just a business. It becomes a lifeline. To conclude, environmental risks are not just possibility. They happen now and they are very costly. Climate change is reshaping coastlines. Natural disasters are hitting harder than ever. Over-tourism can destroy a destination reputation. Hospitality leads must anticipate, prepare, and integrate sustainability into their risk management because at the end of the day, a hotel is only as safe as the environment it depends on it. The second topic, we have the sustainable and ethical risk management practices. So before we begin for our second topic, Again, let's watch for the second video related to sustainable and ethical waste management practices in order for us to have an overview and to understand about the topic.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Tourism and Hospitality Guide. Have you ever stayed in a hotel that encouraged you to reuse towels or dined at a restaurant that sourced its ingredients locally? That's sustainable hospitality in action. With climate change and environmental concerns growing, the tourism and hospitality industry is making big changes to go green. In today's video, we'll explore how hotels, restaurants, and travel companies are adopting sustainable practices and why it matters for the future of tourism. Let's get started. First off, what is sustainable hospitality? Sustainable hospitality is all about reducing the environmental impact of hotels, restaurants, and travel businesses while still providing amazing guest experiences. It focuses on reducing waste, conserving water and energy, supporting local communities, using eco-friendly materials. By making small changes, businesses can protect the planet and attract eco-conscious travelers. Now let's dive into how hotels are becoming more sustainable. Hotels are some of the biggest consumers of water, energy, and resources, but many are now taking action like smart energy use, using LED lights, smart thermostats, and solar power to cut down electricity use. Water conservation, low-flow showers, water recycling systems, and linen reuse programs to save water. Plastic-free initiatives, replacing plastic toiletries and straws with biodegradable alternatives. Eco-friendly architecture, building hotels with sustainable materials and designs that reduce their carbon footprint. One great example is the Marriott and Hilton hotel chains, which are setting ambitious goals to cut waste and energy use. Restaurants also play a huge role in sustainable tourism. Here's how they're making a difference. Farm-to-table dining. Sourcing fresh local ingredients instead of importing food from far away. Reducing food waste, donating surplus food, composting leftovers, and portion control. Eco-friendly packaging. Switching to biodegradable or reusable takeout containers instead of plastic. Plant-based menus. Offering more vegetarian and vegan options to reduce the environmental impact of meat production. Sustainable dining isn't just good for the planet, it also attracts more conscious customers who care about where their food comes from. Technology is making it easier for businesses to go green, such as AI and IoT, Internet of Things, smart sensors that control lighting, heating, and water use efficiently. Online check-ins, reducing paper waste by offering digital check-ins and keyless hotel room access. Sustainable travel apps, apps that help travelers find eco-friendly hotels and restaurants. Even airlines are getting involved, investing in sustainable aviation fuel, SAF, to reduce carbon emissions. So why should businesses invest in sustainability? It helps protect the environment. It saves money on energy and waste. It attracts eco-conscious travelers who prefer green businesses. It improves brand reputation and long-term success. In short, sustainability isn't just a trend, it's the future of the hospitality industry. And that's a wrap on today's video. What's the most eco-friendly hotel or restaurant you've visited? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more insights into tourism and hospitality. See you in the next one.
For the introduction, first, again, let's have a reality check. Waste management is often thought of as just protecting the business from losses. But in tourism and hospitality, it's much bigger than that. It's also about doing the right thing for the environment, for local communities, and for the people who work in our hotels. This is also called sustainable and ethical waste management, where survival of the business goes hand in hand with responsibility. Let me ask you a question. Do you think a hotel should only care about its paying guests, or should it also care for the local community around it? The question lies at the heart of sustainability in our industry. Sustainable tourism and risk management framework. Sustainable tourism means minimizing negative impact while minimizing benefit for everyone. This guided by the triple bottom line, the people, the planet, and the profit. But if the hotel ignores this balance, serious risks appear. Exploiting workers leads to reputational and legal risk. Damaging the environment can lead to government closure, just like Boracay in 2018. Ignoring community needs may cause protest or social unrest. So sustainability is not just a choice, it's a risk management strategy. The third one is addressing social equity, environmental stewardship, and ethics. Let's look at the three pillars of sustainable risk management. First, we have social equity. Hotels must ensure fair wage, safe working condition, and gender equity. For example, Airbnb in Africa empower women hosts, spreading income opportunity beyond big hotels. This reduces poverty and strengthen community support. Next, environmental stewardship. Hotels need to conserve water, reduce waste, and protect biodiversity. Example, Six Senses Resort invest in coral reef and mangrove restoration. This offsets the environmental footprint of their luxury hotels or resorts. Ethical issues. Sadly, tourism is sometimes linked to child labor or sexual exploitation. Responsible hotels enforce strict codes of conduct, train staff, and partners with groups like ECPAT to protect children from trafficking. In short, ignoring ethics is a huge risk, not just morally but legally and reputationally. Sustainable risk mitigation align with SDG goals. Sustainable risk mitigation align with SDG goals. Hotels also align with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals or the SDGs to manage risk more effectively. Sustainable Development Goals number 6, clean water. Hotels use gray water recycling and low flow systems to avoid water shortage. Next, Sustainable Development Goals number 8, decent work. Protecting employees' right, reduce turnover and legal battles. The SDG 13, climate action. Using renewable energy reduce costs and cuts carbon risk. The Sustainable Development 14 and 15, life below water and life on land. Supporting marine and land conservation prevents reputation and damage. There are the world's largest chain of LEED Platinum certified hotels. They run 100% of renewable energy, send zero waste to landfills, and harvest rainwater. This reduces operational risk and avoid penalties from environment regulators. Another great example is the Fairmont Banff Spring in Canada. Instead of ignoring indigenous community, they chose to partner with them. They hire locals, integrate indigenous culture into guest experiences, and preserve heritage site. The result is guests feel connected to local traditions, the community benefit economically, and the hotel avoids social backlash. This shows how ethical practices are not just the right thing, they also smart business. Finally, let's look at Marriott Hotel and their initiative called Serve 360, doing good in every direction. Their commitment includes reducing carbon intensity by 30%, sourcing responsibility like using cage-free eggs and sustainable seafoods, training staff to prevent human trafficking and hotel. The impact of it is they gain stronger investor confidence, but build deeper guest loyalty and reduce risk of non-compliance with regulations. The, mes- uh, the message here is sustainability and ethics are not longer optional. They are essential for survival. To conclude, sustainable and ethical risk management is not just about avoiding problem. It's about building trust, resilience, and long-term success. By aligning with the sustainability goals, hotel can protect the environment, communities, support communities, strengthen their own reputation and profit. So the final thought I leave you with this is risk management in hospitality is no longer only about safety. It's about sustainability and responsibility. Again, thank you very much everyone for listening and mabuhay.